Hi, welcome to my kitchen. Today we're back from Bill Rao's farm, and I have some of Bill's cheese here. Being that I have kids, macaroni and cheese came to mind. So very slowly I'm going to melt some butter, and here I have what's called panko. I mean, you can use the traditional breadcrumbs or you can make breadcrumbs, but if you can get panko, I like this a lot better because it's a coarser texture to it. You don't have to cook it, we just melt the butter. So we're just going to set this aside over here. So that's going to finish our dish. In French cooking, this is called a bechamel, or some form of it. Now, it's not exact. Bechamel is a white roux with milk, onion, and clove. We don't want to brown it, we want it to just melt. 1/4 cup of flour, low to medium heat. All the cooking that this is going to need is just till it comes together. Some milk. I'm going to do 1 cup at a time. See how loose it is when the milk goes in? As this gets hotter, it's going to thicken up. Yeah, you definitely want to whisk for this because you keep the roux moving in there so it doesn't stick. Now, traditionalists will use white pepper in theirs, but you know, being a southerner, I'm always a fan of the black pepper. So I'm going to sprinkle about 1/2 teaspoon of salt in here, 1 small pinch of cayenne, just to give it a little bit of heat, and just a tiny, like, finger twist of nutmeg. Italian bechamels usually have a pinch of nutmeg in it, and I've always liked that flavor in my cream and cheese sauces. And a few twists of black pepper. I'm looking for it to be not too thick. This is a little thick, so I'm going to add some more milk. And it's going to thicken up a lot more when we put the pasta in it too, because the pasta has starch in it. See how it kind of coats the spoon like that? That's what we're looking for. All right, so now we're going to turn the heat off, and the cheese just goes straight in there. We don't want to cook the cheese, because if you cook the cheese too much, it'll break it. The cheese we're going to put in here is some of Bill's Asiago, which I like because it's a little bit sharper, and it's going to, you know, cheddar's kind of rich, so it's kind of a mixture of cheeses, one for richness and one for a little more sharpness. Anything that you want to put in there, from carrots to ham, cooked chicken, sausage would be great in there, but we're going to do just the base today and keep it simple. So I'm going to take my cooked pasta now and just drop it right into this cheese mixture. So the cheese is coating it very nicely. We're going to drop it into our baking dish. We'll take our breadcrumbs. We're going to put this in a 400-degree oven just to brown the breadcrumbs. What I loved about going to Bill's farm is that I get to see that there's someone here actually making cheese. You can go to the store and you can buy all this processed cheese by all these big companies. But then when you learn that somebody right here at your farmer's market is making cheese, it doesn't make much sense to not buy it. It's just a better tasting cheese, so that you can take a simple thing like macaroni and cheese and transform it into such a better dish. I always like to get a little Parmesan right on the top here, right as it comes out. I like Parmesan because it's got a good salt to it. Probably want to let this sit, and I always like to put a plate underneath it. This thing is really hot, and this is a nice ceramic dish. It's going to hold the heat for a while. Scrape it from the edges. This is a crowd favorite, man. Everybody loves this. Our butcher shop, we do a mac and cheese with ham in it. It's our #1 seller out of everything that we sell there. Baked macaroni and cheese. I should put some ham in here.